What a brilliant moment this is. Tiffany, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Virgin Radio Aces Plus.
Well, thank you.
It is lovely to meet you. I know you're only here for a few days and you've come in to do this interview, which is incredible. And thank you for... How long did it take you to come up with this list of your favourite songs, or did you know them straight away?
I knew them already. They are really my favorite songs. So, yes, I knew them already. These are some of the songs that I listen to in my car when I'm still rocking out and jamming, and I live in Nashville, Tennessee, so there's a little traffic there nowadays. So I blast some 80s.
You had a bit of time.
The
Let's start. Now I know you're very gracious. You didn't put this song on your list. I've put this song on your list, but I think we're alone now. We'll start with this.
Okay.
Because this song,
I know that one.
You may have heard this one once. This song is such a big song, isn't it? And it's so pivotal with, your life and your career. Tell me about what does this song mean to you now?
I mean, it is my life, really, and I'm grateful for that. It makes, this song continues to have a resurgence, from adverts to other artists covering it to youngsters finding it somewhere. I really can't put my finger on this song because there's something that just makes people happy when they hear this song. And I think it's been that way through the original creators, Tommy James and the Shondells and Richie Cordell, who wrote the song. It's just always had that magic to it. So I feel really fortunate to have this song in my life because, again, as soon as we start going, children behave, everybody goes, ah! And I'm like, yes, we're in. It's going to be a good day.
And we can't forget that you had to work really hard because you went on this crazy tour of shopping malls, didn't you?
I did.
To promote this. Before we had Twitter, social media, you had to put the miles in, didn't you?
Well, I was doing clubs, actually, because I recorded this song when I was 14. So then working this song and connecting it with the public and how to work a 14-year-old's career, no one knew how to do that really. So I started out in clubs. I'm from Los Angeles, but they put me in clubs in New York. And the music was doing great, but I wasn't even allowed to hang out. I'd go on stage, I'd sing all the songs, and then whisk out the door. And I was about to lose my deal. They just didn't know how to promote me. And it was my A&R guy who was walking the mall with his daughter and thought, well, they have fashion shows here and they have, hair shows and they have all these other different shows. Why can't they have music? So the first weekend we tried it out, I think we were in some small town in Virginia or something, and it worked. I mean, people started sitting down. There was always chairs in front of the little stage.
Yeah.
And I was never shy. So I got up there and started dancing and doing my thing, and people were curious. So they'd sit down and have their coffee and watch me perform, and it just really started out with people, looky-loos, really, until, of course, radio picked up the single. And then they would promote that I'd be at the mall. And then we started getting a group of people coming along, and it became a thing. And so it really saved my career.
One final question about this song. Where did the dance routine come from? Whose idea was it? Because people still know this now.
That was my idea.
Was it?
I was just kind of a mishmash. I was a dancer, actually. I started out as a dancer, but didn't have much of a career. But I started out as a Tahitian, a tap, and ballet, and belly dancing, all of it.
Wow.
When I was from 2 to 9. And then music really took over for me. So I've always lived dancing around and, watching videos. Back then we had videos.
Yes.
So it was really a mishmash of everything. But basically the camera turned on. It was like, do something. And I was like, all right. And I just start moving my arms and doing my legs. I still do that to this day.
Let's talk about Guns N' Roses. What do these guys mean to you? Sweet Child of Mine. This is amazing.
This is a song that I pull out in my live show a lot when I'm working with the band. Yeah. So a lot of people might not know I'm working with Tracy Guns and his band. Tracy Guns is actually on my album, Shadows, the new album. So Sweet Child of Mine was given to me as a challenge when I first started saying, I could do rock music, and I'm a real vocalist, and I'm a real musician, I'm not just a one-hit wonder. So I got these opportunities in Los Angeles and in Vegas to start working with these rockers. And of course they play for everybody, and they're kind of well-known musicians themselves. And, it's an honor to be playing with them.
Yeah.
So they kind of threw this out why don't you do Sweet Child of Mine? And I was like, okay. And I got up and I did it amazing. And everybody was like, oh, you really can't do it. So I've kept this song in my set.
So this is now a Tiffany
this
staple.
Is one of my favorites,
Okay.
yes.
Is it a difficult song to sing?
It is. It really is. Yeah. I mean, you've got to be well rested. As a vocalist, it really stretches you. But I mean, the energy again. This has so much energy, and everybody loves it, and everybody knows it. No matter where I go around the world, people want to sing this song.
Okay, huge question for you. Madonna. I always ask people about, she's just doing her celebration tour. She's been around for 40 years in the industry. What do you think of Madonna?
I am a huge Madonna fan now, actually. In the 80s, again, I was kind of a rocker, so I loved Stevie Nicks and Pat Benatar and then my country music girls, of course. But I was late to the whole Madonna movement. I love this song we're about to play because I think it's the original, wonderful Madonna first cut, amazing. But I've learned to love Madonna for the businesswoman, for the entrepreneurial woman, for the strength that she has, that she's still the reigning pop queen and the queen of many other things. So my respect for her has definitely grown throughout the years. I think it's great that she's on tour now.
Yeah.
She looks amazing. She sounds amazing. So I'm very pro go get them.
Did you see the tour? Have you had a chance to see it?
No, I'm always working. I never get a chance to go to concerts.
It really is incredible. And also the other question I've got to ask you, obviously, there was a year or two where it was you, it was Belinda, Debbie Gibson, Madonna in the charts at the same time. So very much, your kind of classmates of that time.
Oh, definitely. Yes. I mean, of course, we've got Madonna, Tiffany, Cher, all the one-namers. I'm very happy to be in that club.
I love it. We're going to play Samantha Fox. Before I ask you about Sam, because I know you're friends.
Yes.
Tell me about The Masked Singer.
Amazing experience. Oh, I love Eiffel Tower.
Yes, well, you did so
My
well.
favorite. I love that. They kind of gave me a chance to look at some of the costumes and pick some things before. So I did see Bubble Tea and a few other costumes. But when they showed me Eiffel and she lit up, I was like, that's who I want to be. I loved it. But not as heavy as you think it's going to be. I couldn't see anything, but I think it stretched me as a performer because I'm somebody that looks people in the eye. I hold their hand. I really work off of people. Didn't have any of that for Eiffel. You really just had to work off your senses and hope that you were shining, and for me, I just made a decision. I'm going to sing the best I can. I was really nervous. You think you're prepared, and the whole crew is amazing, and they just walk you through it, and they're amazing. I can't say enough. But when you put that mask on, your heart starts going, and you're like, I don't know if I know my name. I don't know if I know the lyrics.
It must be weird.
What's happening? Oh yeah, it totally takes you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and I hear you did a great job because everyone around you kept the secret. People didn't know.
Oh, yes. I can keep a secret.
Yeah, I hear you done great. But loads of people your name started to pop up very early on.
It did.
People going, we think it's Tiffany and stuff. But you did really well, didn't you?
I did. I made it I made it to the final.
Yeah.
And, I was happy with most of my performances. Again, I think everybody was like, oh, they're great. But you have your own standards.
Yeah.
But Angels really stuck out for me. I love all the songs that I performed, but I'm a huge Robbie Williams fan. Yeah. And I'm a huge fan of that song. Yeah. So when I was given that song or suggested, I knew how important that song is. So I was like, that's like giving me the national anthem. What are you doing? But yes, let's do it.
But you did it so well. So
that was the one that I really wanted to shine on. And when I'm kind of cringing to watch the performance, and then I watched it and I went, oh, okay, it was okay. All right, I can live for another day, because I have my own standards. But I was really thrilled, and now it's my new single. Yes. We recorded it when I got back to Nashville, and it comes out here in a couple of weeks. So I'm really thrilled to have it and be part of my life now.
And tell me how you know Sam. So basically you're here, this is so showbiz, via Sam Fox, who put me in touch with you, which is amazing. And I know that you did a showcase in London, didn't you?
I did.
And Sam came on stage. Is that a long friendship? Tell me more.
Well, again, when I used to be here in the 80s, I was only like 15, 16, and the girls aren't much older than me, but they were proper older, and legal. So, they were all chatting, you had Kim Wilde and Carol Decker and Sam Fox, and I always just like took it all in, going, I want to be these girls. I mean, because they were my girls that I looked up to in the music industry.
They were like the faces of the 80s.
They were the faces of the 80s.
Yeah.
And they were glamorous and beautiful, and yet they were real and lovely to people. And that's what I can say about Sam. She's always so great to people. And it just really made such an impression on me. So over the years, I think that we've done some shows together, but we did a show in Canada probably about 15 years ago. And, you know, by that time, I'm legal too. So we could have a little glass of wine together and a little chit chat about life. And we just bonded as buddies. And ever since then, we've been wanting to do some shows together. So I hope that's coming
cool.
at the end of the year. Stand by for that.
This could be a possibility.
Yes,
okay.
We're really seriously working on it because I
Amazing.
would love it. It would be so much fun.
Great stuff. Now, I want to ask you about Kim Wilde.
Yes.
Let's go to Kim Wilde. Can I ask you first question? We've kind of touched around this, but was it difficult starting so young?
I didn't know any different.
Right.
I mean, I had been singing since I was 9. It's what I wanted to do. No one forced me to do it. And I just continued to roll with it. And I was always feeling grateful to do it. And I still do to this day.
So you don't look back and go, I wish I'd had more of my childhood.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I never have regrets on that. I think if there was ever a regret, sometimes I think, I wish I would have stretched myself more as an artist or learned how to play piano when you were younger because you retain it more. Now I'm learning and it's like, practicing. I won't be turning on the camera for a while, put it that way. But, I just wish I would have like stretched myself even as a songwriter. But those things, have a way of playing out when they're meant to be. Mm-hmm. So, and I wasn't really encouraged at that time. It was more just sing what we give you. But I've never thought that I've been robbed of my childhood.
Now, Kim Wilde, I'm really pleased that you put her down because she's our new presenter.
Yes.
So she does Sunday mornings.
I know.
Kim Wilde's 80s show. And tell me about Kim. Tell me about this song. I know that you've shared the bill on various, tours and nights.
Well, we were label mates going back to MCA.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of time with Kim Wilde. And again, she was just somebody I looked up to. She was always really nice to me, encouraging me. Again, I remember watching her sing all her songs, being on the side of the stage. She's just beautiful. And now I see her a lot of times as we're out and about and doing things. And again, I'm, big hugs, and it's great to see her.
Out of all those 80s stars, do you keep in touch? Have you got like people that you can just phone up and say, hey, Kim, like Sam, for example? Sam Fox.
Yeah, I mean, Sam is a rarity. She really is, because she's somebody that is just so honest and true, and you can just phone her up. I come from LA, not a lot of stars there are as personable. You can't force these types of friendships. We all walk the carpet together and do the big smiles and, say we're friends. But then sometimes everybody just leaves the room and you're like, oh, okay, I guess it's not meant to be. And I've never been one to kind of force friendships. So, I'm lucky to have these girls in my life, to really call them my friends and, to be able to chat with them as adult women more than anything. And, celebrate our careers. We're still here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I've got to ask you, Tiffany, what does this song, Kids in America, how does this make you feel? Such a great song.
Well, it's fun. I mean, it's a fun song. And I actually sing this song.
You do?
I do this song a lot of times when I do my clubs.
Yeah.
And I've re-recorded this song just for a couple companies that just wanted to kind of do tribute albums to the 80s. So I have this in my arsenal. I pulled this one out. Again, it's another song that just makes people feel amazing.
Yeah. This is an amazing experience. I've waited 35 years to meet you.
Thank
you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
So I saw him standing there.
Yes.
Obviously, this is another cover.
Yes.
Very important song when it comes to your career, though, is it? Tell me
so
about
much.
this.
I didn't, I'm a huge Beatles fan. So I didn't know if this was a good idea. I was like, people are going to either love it or hate it. Thank goodness they loved it.
But you brought it to the attention of a whole new generation, as in my generation, who didn't really know about the Beatles, but heard your version, your song.
And I saw him standing there, so changed it a bit, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. And this video I got to do at Disney World in Florida.
Wow.
In front of the Magic Castle. So now when I go to Florida and I'm a huge Disney fan, so I go there all the time with my family every year because I do Epcot. I chuckle every time I go through the Magic Castle. I'm like, that was me rocking that stage when I was 15. And it was this particular video. I remember I got to wear a red scarf, and I really fought for that red scarf because to me that was like being a little wild, you know?
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved this video. It was filmed at night. It was open stage, and it was just with the regular Disney spectators. They were invited to be part of a video.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
So they had their moment on screen as well.
They had their moment.
Here's a question for you. Out of all the Tiffany songs, the classic ones, which is the one that you still most like performing?
Oh, Could Have Been. It's my favorite song I've ever recorded.
Really?
As a songwriter, I keep saying, well, one day I'll write a great song just like that. So the bar is, set very high for me. Lois Blaze, who is the writer of the song, still a friend of mine. I've got a gem there. I love it. It's the song that I fought to record with my producer, George Tobin, at that time. The label said, you're too young. You have no, clue what it's like to be in love and all that. And I said, have you ever seen a 14-year-old girl heartbroken or in love? Forget about it. This song tells us everything. This is our story, because you think you'll never get that back, and it was also a song that showed that I could really sing. So this is the one that we break down. I make everybody sing with me. I prime them all throughout the show. Hold on, you're going to do some work here pretty soon. But it is magical. It really is great to hear everybody sing along with me on this one.
Just one final question. What's the plan this year, this summer, this year? Are you going to come back over?
I am.
You've got gigs?
I'm coming over for the Retro Festival. So tiffanytunes.com for all things Tiff World. I'll also be doing some Tiff takeovers because I'm a foodie as well.
Wow.
Cookbook
Tell me
coming
more. Cookbook.
Out at the end of the year. Been working with a celebrity chef, Chef Alicia out of Las Vegas. And we're putting together Pop Life, a cookbook. So zhuzhing up, I call it zhuzh, reworking your comfort foods, your after schools foods.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing an international take on that. So I'm asking all of my fans to give me all of their comfort foods, all their grandma's recipes, all of, their after school special, all of that. Because it's a little take on retro. But again, we're making it upgraded. It's just a little bit of like factor to easy comfort foods.
And this might go down very badly. And this is very naughty of me, Tiffany, but I'm going to do this right now. Do you fancy coming on our radio station?
I do.
Because we'd love to have you.
I would love to.
How about we give you the Tiffany Takeover show,
please,
for like a month on a Saturday?
I would love to.
This is very bad of me. The boss is probably going to go, what?
Amazing.
But we'd love to have you.
I would love that. Thank you for the opportunity.
No, absolutely. Play your songs, have fun, come back and see us.
Fantastic.
It's been so great meeting you. Thank you so much. Tiffany, you're amazing.
I appreciate it. And I'm so excited.